I read a piece that you wrote, I think, not too long ago about the family. They had a little girl. It was two lesbians with a little girl, and they weren't permitted to be part of the...
That was in Boulder, Colorado. The Catholic school they put the kid in said, we're not going to re-enroll the kid because we disapprove of the way you conduct your life. Mm-hmm. And I was happy that the kid got expelled because maybe the kid has a chance now. They can be put into a place without discrimination that doesn't eventually make part of the curriculum to exclude people like homosexuals. And homosexuality happens all over the world. I'm sure there's gay people who are Catholics. How do they reconcile that? How do they reconcile that their religion doesn't, at some point in the paperwork, doesn't like them?
Yeah.
And I'm making a great distinction between a homosexual and a pedophile. They're two different species. And so there's a gray area with the Catholic Church, Inc., not Catholics,
right?
But the machinery, they seem to don't like the gay, but there's an odd gray area with their policy with pedophilia.
I love that piece, and I love that it just flips, because most people are thinking, well, how do we get them in? And your piece immediately was, why get in? Don't go in.
Why get in? In fact, why don't you leave? Why don't you run and find a God who likes you?
Yeah. The gay marriage thing falls into the same thing. That marriage itself hasn't worked so great that maybe the gays shouldn't think, how can we just make this better, rather than ask to be in this club?
Yeah, I love the idea of a civil union. Like, you see all these religions, they don't want you.
Yeah.
Like, why would you go to a party where everyone's like, oh, he's here, what a drag.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you go elsewhere? I wouldn't want to show up to a place I wasn't wanted. I wouldn't want to be the round or the square peg ramming myself into that round hole. I'd go elsewhere.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, oh, because you're a coward. No, because these people are drag. Oh, what was it? Those awful people with their signs. God hates fags.
Oh yeah, Westboro.
Well, then
Baptist
find a
Church.
different. They're out of their minds, and they don't speak of Christianity as in a broader brush. But when you encounter that kind of hatred, man, go leave.
Yeah.
I think that school, the preschool, did those parents a favor.
It really is a great point, and also you could limit everything. If it wasn't for Studio 54 saying, no, we're not letting bands in, you probably wouldn't have had CBGBs sometimes you need that thing to say, we're not going to be part of.
Or
to make something better.
A proper reaction to it. I don't necessarily think we need, like, you need a war for people to dig peace. Well, I don't want to slaughter 30,000 people to come up with the idea that peace is a good idea. But when something is bad, like something like Studio 54, like, okay, no live bands. Well, someone came up with a good idea. Instead of going, oh, no live band, they went, wait a minute, let's do a thing over here.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you've got CBGBs, which is, benefit all of us.
Yeah.
So good things happen when the sand gets in the oyster's eye. Every once in a while you get a pearl.
Yeah.